in the walls. They
Okay.
have small doorways that they fold into.
By the time I was in school, this entryway wasn't really in use. Everyone always came through the back door where we did.
Yep.
Huh. Do you know where the doors that used to be here?
It might have been the two that were in the basement. Possibly.
I didn't know if they were like very nice decorative doors or they have glass in them or anything.
Pebble on oak.
Pebble glass, it was all oak.
Okay.
Similar to the windows that are upstairs on the second floor.
Everything else was intramural.
Look at that. Unveiling of new Lawton building. Newspaper article.
Excellent. But yeah, this was community built. And we would not like to see it lost, whether it's used and integrated.
Refurbished March of 2000.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, these are.
these are gorgeous.
Yeah, they are. You see this in almost every building from this era. I mean, like the 20s, this is kind of the standard heating system that they had in all the buildings that looked like this.
Yeah, it's
I like those.
Those are cool.
Yeah. Those are very cool.
These
They're
would,
portable,
yeah,
and they were the sound, they created the soundscape in this school.
yeah, that would be something that'd be interesting to save as the original bells.
Yeah.
Yeah. So typically, Columbus Heating, but they have vents that go up vertically through the center of the building, and that's what's ventilating this building. They're sucking the air through and delivering the air out.
Well, we have a museum here in town for Belpre history. I'm the collections manager currently, so we'd be looking at what can we curate, what do they want to integrate into the new construction, you know, what's relevant, what is just more piles of brick, you know. But that's why we're looking today, to make this kind of, this is just first assessment.
So there's places on this floor where you can see through to what looks like it maybe was original, like a parquet floor.
It was a good basketball floor. Yeah, parquet, end
Like-
grain.
yeah,
End grain.
because
yeah.
you can see a few places where it's down to the wood. There, I mean, it looks. This is like some fiberboard that's been put over it, but there's the floor way down there. So it's been covered.
Band concerts were played up here. They rehearsed in the bleachers. This was used for every conceivable community and school event.
Yeah.
Except dinners. Dinners they had at St. Mark's Church. It had a monopoly on that.
Yeah.
What kind of dinners?
Fundraising dinners, awards, banquets, you name it, you name it. But this, all the school dances were held here in this space.
That's the rack for films, film rack. I guess there was a spot for the projector and a spot to look through
These were the accesses right
on
here.
the wall here.
It wasn't that.
These were the access to the locker rooms. I remember physically half doors. I remember crawling.
Oh, you know, there was somebody else that was at one of these meetings that had said that,
Yeah.
that these access points went to there.
Yep.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
To think that that's how you got to the locker room.
That's how you got to the locker
You
rooms.
bent down through the hobbit hole and
Yep.
climbed down the ladder. You climbed down that hole
with all those other guys.
Wow.
And if you make it out, you get to go to your next class.
Oh, look at these. This was the showers. Wow.
And it looks like they're still being used.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The interesting thing about the study hall was that the school secretary was behind this glass
Oh, so the
wall,
school secretary
and the
watched.
principal had his office behind this wall.
Okay.
So study hall in the
Was it-
40s and 50s was
You were-
30s, 40s, and 50s was very restrained.
you were on task.
You were on task. And interestingly enough, they didn't have separate desks. They had shared desks so kids could study together.
Oh.
But it was all under supervision.
High ceilings and just kind of drawing air through.
This was Superintendent Lawton's office. Here's where the great man sat, and he had a desk. And he had his own
He
bathroom.
had his own bathroom and a closet.
And he could look out and see the students in the gym through the windows.
Oh, okay. That's where you're saying is those
And
windows.
he could
then
look out
he
and
could
see
look out.
see the buses and the students coming in.
So he's smack dab in the center.
Right. He was the Lord of all. He struck fear into many a child.
On the outside of the building that those concrete urns on top of the entrance arch might be something that could be salvaged. Also the high school plaque, the stone plaque at the top of the building. And then on the corner, the cornerstone, the 1928 cornerstone, were things that we thought would be possible. And then just the other thought was salvaging brick, and whether that's for just letting people have brick as a memento, or trying to salvage enough so that maybe some type of a community project would maybe build something, maybe some walls or planters or something.
Maybe a short wall or planter at the new school.
At the new school?
Yeah.
I mean, just something that would still have the memory of the brick from the old building. I think inside, some of the things we saw in the basement, we saw a couple of the old bells that were in there, and the steel plate on the front of the furnace, the Columbus Heating and Ventilating. Pieces of that, maybe not the whole thing, just because it's so massive. Saw a couple of really nice doors that could be saved and maybe incorporated into something.
There's certainly the original dedication plaque.
The original dedication plaque. We want to bring that along. Yeah. Also in the gym, kind of that the cornice on top of the corners of the proscenium arch.
The pilasters on them.
Yeah. We usually do see that that's something the community would like to see, and so we do our best to try to incorporate as much as we can. Another opportunity would be more of a photographic mural. This is one we're doing currently, and for instance, this captured all of the. These are all the township schools in this district, and then they just essentially created a legacy wall with photographs from their history.
Right.
And so again, that's just another way of kind of bringing the past into the new building, into the future.